Well, hey folks, about a month ago, I was chatting with a young couple that were in the process of building a small off-grid cabin. They contacted me because they wanted my opinion on a gas refrigerator that they were planning on buying. A gas fridge is great to have when you're living off the grid, but they are pricey. Even a small fridge might run you $600 or $700. So I gave them my opinion on the fridge that they were looking at, but I also suggested that they looked for an old camper. I've had really good luck salvaging old campers. More often than not, you can find them for $400 or $500. Sure, they have some water damage, but the appliances are usually in pretty good shape. So we had a nice conversation. Like I said, that was about a month ago. I just heard from them recently. They called me back. They were all excited, shared their success story with me, and it was great. They were traveling a back road somewhere, saw an old camper behind someone's house. It was obvious it hadn't been moved for a long time. They stopped to inquire about it. The woman says, "You want it, you can have it, haul it away." They came back, they pumped the tires up, hauled it home. I'm glad they did. Camper was in poor shape, sure, lots of water damage, who cares? The appliances all worked. Not only did they get a gas refrigerator for no cost at all, they got an oven and a furnace and a whole bunch of other goodies. I can't tell you how good that made me feel. Whenever I can save somebody a few bucks or share stories or opinions or my insights, and it helps them improve their lifestyle, it makes me feel great. It's such a win-win situation. With all the negativity in the world, it's good to do something good. It makes me feel great. And like I said, it's a win-win. But while we're on the subject of campers, I've got a few salvage operations going myself. I'm going to share them with you. I'll show you how to outfit a cabin and do it on the cheap. Now this little Shasta here, I picked this up a while ago. I used it on a number of occasions. Everything inside works. Little furnace works great. The refrigerator, everything. If I were to go out and buy that gas refrigerator, it would be more than what I paid for the camper itself. I got 2 propane tanks with propane in them. The battery works. Like I said, everything works. All these windows, the door, the furnace, all of that's going to go into my homemade camper project, which I will be unveiling one of these days. I know you guys will like it. Really cool project I got going on. So I'm going to get to dismantling this one of these days. Probably the first thing I'm going to do is pull the refrigerator out and bring it to New Hampshire and use it at the New Hampshire cabin. That was a nice find right there. Now this door here, including the screen door behind it, I'm going to use these in my homemade camper project. It's got all of these really nice windows. It's got an awning up here. It's in real good shape. Big awning. And all of this stuff. Refrigerator, everything. Well, inside this little Shasta here, it's got a cooktop. It's got the hood with the fan. It's got a bunch of lights that are run on AC and DC, if I wanted to use these. Whole bunch of good windows, all in great shape. Cushions. A little furnace here. This furnace works great. Gas refrigerator. This one works just fine. Works real good. That's worth the price of the camper right there. A little porta potty, but I really don't have any use for that. But all these windows, I'll be making use of these. There was a pair of propane tanks here, a regulator, a battery box. I mean, here's a list of goodies I got. I got a gas refrigerator, gas furnace, water heater, water tank, water pump, sink and plumbing fixtures, copper tubing, PVC piping, propane tanks, propane regulator, breaker box, outlets and switches, windows and doors, heavy-duty power cord,
cabinets, etc., etc., etc. Just don't let a border collie choose your soundtracks for you.
Now this camper here, I picked this one up probably 8 or 10 years ago. It's a 1973 kit companion. And I gotta tell you, this must have been the Cadillac of campers in its day, because it was outfitted with quality stuff top to bottom. It's been sitting here now for a decade. I don't know how long it sat before I bought it, but the undercarriage is still in excellent condition. When I first bought it, it was right about the time that I bought this property. I hauled it over here, I set it up. It had a little water damage. I repaired that, and I used it for a few years. We had a lot of fun. Came here, camped out, did a lot of barbecuing, beer drinking. It was a lot of fun, a lot of fun. So then, after I built the cabin, I pushed it off to the side. Just been kind of a catch-all. Every now and then I rip something out of it that I need. But now I'm going to finish dismantling the inside, fix whatever water damage I have, and I'm just going to use it as a shed. Even if I totally dismantled it down to the frame, I would have a heck of a nice trailer to use here. The little green oven that I have in the cabin that you see me use all the time, you see me cook pizzas and stuff, that's the same one that came out of here. The sink in the kitchen, even the plumbing underneath the sink came from this camper. It's been great. Great, good old camper. I'll show you what I got going on. See, like I said, it's a dual axle trailer, and it's still, even if I dismantled it, I'd have a heck of a nice flatbed trailer to haul ATVs or lumber or stuff like that. The door, everything's in good shape. I took this window out a few years ago, and I used it in my chicken coop. I busted that light when we were trying to get it in the woods here. It was pretty crazy. We were pulling it in with a Jeep Cherokee. We were sandwiched between trees a few times. I almost snapped the doorknob off. It was something else. That's the furnace that came out of here, and the furnace still works, so I'm going to use that. There's a nice heavy breaker box. There's about maybe 30 feet of this heavy-duty cord. It's got that plug, but it's also got the adapter to go from there to the regular household plug there. Regulator, the 12-volt pump, which works just fine. That's the switch that I got for the pump. If you were to buy just this cord, I would imagine it would be a bit of an investment. That's some good heavy-duty cord right there. All great stuff, all going to be used for the cabin. I'm going to take all the protrusions right out of the roof. That was the vent for the gas refrigerator. I'm going to take that right out of there, all the pipes, close it off, and I have some old metal roofing I'm going to screw down to it and probably put some ice and water shield or whatever I can to make it watertight. This was the vent panel that would enable you to access the back of the refrigerator to light it. Since I'm going to be reusing that fridge and inserting it in the exterior wall of the screen porch in the New Hampshire cabin, I'm going to pull this out of the wall and use it once again for the same purpose. I'm just going to insert this on the exterior wall. That way I can access the back of the fridge. This old camper, even just for the couple of years that I used it as a camper, it was well worth the $400. But like I said, I'm getting a lot of stuff out of it, and I'm going to continue to utilize it probably for as long as I own this land. It was well worth the investment. So as you can see from the footage, if you're outfitting a cabin, picking up an old camper just might save you a boatload of money on your project. And around here, my friends, saving money, well, that's just good backwoods logic. Yes, sir.